Welcome to TerryWilson3.com, home of TW3. Are you ready to take your money, business, and life to the next level? You are worth more, and you're about to hear how and why. So buckle up and listen up as we journey to the next level. Please welcome your guides to reach your goals, the TW3 family.
You're listening to TerryWilson3.com. TerryWilson3.com. Inspiring, informative, and entertaining content for the entrepreneur and small business owner.
What's going on? It's episode 580. This is your humble host, Terry. And today, if you're a business owner, private business owner, small business owner, business manager, anybody that's responsible for getting more butts in the seat, more people that's buying, and more people that's looking for things that you offer, then this episode, this podcast is for you. This is episode 580. And what I want to talk to you about is targeted marketing, especially going into the holiday season. There's a lot of different ways to get in front of people. There's a lot of different marketing strategies. But the one thing that I will tell you, if you want to save money and not waste a ton of time, energy, effort, and expense on your marketing efforts, then become very intentional about who you are targeting. I've worked with several small business owners here in the upstate, Bowling Springs, South Carolina, Spartanburg, Greenville area, Western North Carolina, Hendersonville, Asheville, Rutherford County areas. And the one thing that the common complaint I get from a lot of them is, Terry, I've just about given up on marketing because I have spent thousands of dollars, some of them would say, on social media ads. I've spent money on various marketing efforts locally. Nothing seems to work. And the problem with social media marketing specifically is people are so inundated by it. It's become less and less effective. Now, it's still a viable way to get your message out there. And I'm not telling you to close up your Facebook page tomorrow, by no means. But the only way to get seen on social media anymore is to spend money with them. And I question the effectiveness of that even anymore, just because, you know as well as I do, what do you see when you go on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or any of these other places, TikTok? They've all turned into just these inundated advertising places. So you become one of thousands of people that are hitting people. It's getting less and less like TV, where at least you got entertained, and then, every 10 to 15 minutes you got interrupted by a commercial. Now it's like every other post is, if not the whole thread, is turned into just advertising. And so the effectiveness of it for the small business person is just nil. And so how do you get your message out? How do you disrupt, the pattern that people find themselves in? Because effective marketing is basically pattern disruption, because we all are conditioned to think in patterns, to see things in patterns. That's why you can go through life and not see 99.9% of the things in front of you, because you would become overwhelmed if you took notice of every single thing in front of you. It would drive you mad. I mean, there's clinical problems with seeing too much and being concerned and entertained or stimulated by too much. I mean, there's actually conditions that's called, and people have to seek help because of that. So we're designed to ignore most of the things in front of us. Fine, that's psychologically how we're built, so we can function in the day. But you, as a small business person, if you're responsible for getting your message, your value, your proposition in front of other people, then you have to be cognizant of that and then figure out, how can I disrupt their pattern? And so that gets into targeted marketing, getting your message in front of people in a way that's non-offensive as possible. I mean, I think to a certain degree, all marketing to people is offensive. But the more you can mitigate that, and the less agitated you can make your prospective person feel, the more opt-ins you're going to get, more clicks you're going to get, more conversions you're going to get, which means the more money you're going to make, the more sales you're going to make. So I want to talk to you about targeted marketing, and I want to talk to you about personalized gifts. And the reason I'm combining these two is because I think I'm doing a strategy right now that is highly, highly effective for me, because what I'm doing is I know we're going into the holiday season. I know people are wanting gift ideas. They're wanting ways of saving money, but giving a high value gifts to their loved ones, to themselves, to whatever. So I know that people have got that on their mind. And then because I'm targeting a specific type of group, I know probably statistically what they have on their mind, so that I can position my gift idea to match what they are probably looking for. So to give you a quick example, I'm targeting a specific type of group, and I'm offering them two types of gifts: customized cutting boards and customized slate coffee coasters or drink coasters, these slate non-slip coasters. And I'm customizing it for them that if they went on Etsy or anywhere else, they'd spend $60 per 10. And I'm getting it to them, for way less. Okay. And I'm putting their information on it, their brand on it, whatever. And offering that while I'm showing them how they can use some of the products, goods, and services, coaching, and things that I offer. So I talk to you today as a business person out there, as a salesperson out there. Here are some things that you need to consider. Rather than just trying to shotgun things and throw them up on social media and just pray for the best and throw some dollars behind it with advertising, why not get a piece of paper and pen, write down, if I had to think out of the people I work with and the people I have the most success with, what age and income, what's their socioeconomic background, where are they from, where do they come from, what's their income typically? And it doesn't need to be, pinpoint, but I deal with the middle class, or I deal with the lower middle class, or I deal with the upper class. Just think in those terms, that the lion's share of people that I do business with are in this specific income bracket, and they're typically within this age group, and they live in this particular type of location. And then, do they own homes? Do they own multiple homes? Do they own one home? What type of homes do they own? What language do they speak? Are they business owners themselves? Or are they just employee folks? What do they do for a living? Those type of things. And the reason I say get that specific is because you literally can pull 1,000 names, numbers, email addresses that are targeted for that type of niche and get it for less than, $59, I think it is. So for $59, I can have 1,000 name, numbers, email addresses of people that fit within that particular demographic, so that now I have a targeted list that I can call, that I can email, or I can text a message to. Okay. So if I can get that pinpoint on the message, so for instance, if I want to deal with women in the Southeast in a particular area that are between the ages of 50 and 70, that make between incomes of $25,000 to $55,000 a year, that own a 2-bedroom to 3-bedroom home, English speaking, I can then say, I'm going to send them a message that says, we're offering customized cutting blocks that has your grandmother's biscuit recipe engraved on it with the family name and everything in their handwriting, for as little as, say, for instance, $12, $15 when you buy them in multiples of 10 to 15. Where these would normally cost $60. So I can sell them in bulk, It's something personalized to that family. It's something personalized to them because I'm going to get the handwritten recipe from grandma. I'm going to etch it on that cutting board. I'm going to have their family logo and shield and name put on there. And because they're buying, whatever the quantity might be, 5 or 10 of them from me, and these are all going to be gifts for their family, I'm able to sell them real cheap to them. And then I might be able to upsell them on some services. I can even put some QR codes on here where they can download other recipes and stuff right here by just clicking on or scanning this link that'll be put on the actual cutting board. So wonderful gift ideas that I know will fit a certain demographic in a certain area of the country. And then because I have that targeted information, that demographically targeted information, here's what I can do. I can send them a text. I can send them an email, both. And it says, hey, their first name. My name is, and I give them my name. I live in, and I name the area that I live in. And I'm helping folks today save money on their gift ideas coming up this Christmas. I'm offering, and then I show them a picture of a cutting board and how I took my own grandmother's recipe, her handwriting, and I etched it right into the cutting board. I said, I can do this exact same thing for your family. If you buy this one at a time, it's $59. If you buy this 10 at a time, I get it down to $15 or $20, whatever my price point was. But those are some things that you can do, and you have to think in your specific type of business, what would meet and what would give value to your clientele. I'm working with a realtor in Hendersonville, North Carolina right now. And what they are doing is they are reaching out to all of their specific people that have already bought homes from them. And they're offering free recipe eBooks, free coffee mugs, and something else. So this is 2 or 3 other things that we're helping them get. And by the way, all of these gift ideas, we can help you get really, really cheap because I work with all of these marketing incentive companies, and some of them I can get for you for free. Some of them will cost you. Like if you want something etched, but maybe you're a realtor like this particular person is, and you want your real estate agency's logo and everything etched in on a cutting board or a recipe book or a slate non-slip coaster or something like that, we can do all that for you, and you can give them away as gift ideas. You can give them away as open house for every first 5 people that book an appointment to go see this home. They get this. You can do all different types of marketing incentives to get people to book an appointment, to go to a showing, to see something from you. But the whole point, the reason why this works is because it answers the age-old question of WIFM, what's in it for me, number 1. And number 2, it's targeting the right people. Targeting the right people. I can't stress enough the reason why I feel like so many independent small business mom and pop shops fail is because, face it, I'm the same way. I was educated in music. I was educated in insurance. I wasn't educated on marketing. It is such a, I know how to sell, and I've known how to sell since I was a kid in high school. What I didn't know how to do is marketing. And marketing is a completely different skill set. And one of the hardest things it is to do is to pivot from being a salesperson to being a marketer. A salesperson knows the product, good, and service and can, very eloquently a lot of times, wax poetically about the value and the problems it solves and why everyone needs it and how it compares to everything else and why, they basically are evangelists for the product or service. And I am. I can bore you I can talk your ears off about all the software, the systems, the support and everything that TW3 is, but it would bore you to death because that's not your world. You don't care about an autoresponder. You don't care about AI. You don't care, even though I talk about it a lot on this show. But what you do care about is how do I get more people in front of me that need, want, desire, and can afford what it is I offer. And so that's why I'm constantly having to break down the problems it solves, and put it in a way that is understandable and easily discernible to a person that is not in the marketing world. And so I have to get out of trying to sell marketing and actually market marketing. And so you have to do the same thing. You got to stop talking about the nuances between term and whole and universal life. You got to stop talking about all of the various things that go into the experience of this culinary dish that you're creating. You got to stop talking about all of the minutia of the product or service you offer, and you got to go right into, if I know my targeted audience, who they are, then I try to put myself in their position. What do they think like? What do they see things as? And if I didn't know anything about the world I come from, what would convince me to make a phone call, to click a link, to book an appointment? Because that's the first thing. See, when we give salespeople these bulk dialers, these bulk email systems, these bulk texting systems, these bulk social media marketing publishing systems that will put, the first thing they do is they use these to mass sell to people. And no one wants to be sold to. But everyone wants to be entertained, and everyone wants to be able to have their lives improved in some way. And so good marketing disrupts a pattern of the day-to-day life, and it grabs someone's attention, and it immediately connects to, hey, that's something I would find value in. That's something I'd like more information on. It's the difference between flirting and dating. You've got to be compelling. You've got to position your value in a way that doesn't overwhelm with details, but actually provokes and compels people with more and more. I've got to know more and more about that. How does that work? How did you do that? If you'll notice on some of the videos I've created in the past few months, like, for instance, I just had one the other day. It was called the Magic Pen. And what was it? I took one of our pens right here. If you're on screen, you can see it's this pen right here. And I took my phone, you see, so for those on the phone, and I just did this. I went right up here and I clicked on right there, and it pops up. You see that right there? And you click on it, it opens it up. You see how it's opening it up? Let me click on it. Open. And then I have to put in my code. And then it pulls that up right there. It's coming up right now. Now, I'm selling this Magic Pen. This Magic Pen's not, but what is it, $19.97 or whatever it is. You'll have to go over to terrywilson3.com/tapcard to find out, because I can't remember the price. But the point is this. This is my concept of marketing what? A CRM system. That's what I'm doing. Because everyone understands a pen. And everyone understands me tapping a phone right there and it pulling up a digital business card on their phone. And it's magic. It's magic. Now, the minutia of that is that right there is a very sophisticated customer relationship management software that is backed by AI that will call for you, email for you, text for you, follow up for you. It will do everything for you like a digital virtual assistant for you. It will basically replace you having to outsource so many various things. The labor cost this thing will save is in the thousands per month. Okay? Thousands of dollars per month replaced for something as little as $97 a month. Now, I could sit here and talk to you about software, AI, and everything else, and it would bore you silly. And it should. I mean, why would anybody care about that? But I can take a pen that everybody has, I can tap a phone, and I can show you right there on the screen for those watching how this thing works, and all of a sudden, hey, that's pretty cool. And you say this is only for, the pen's $10, $20, whatever it is. And then you get the software that's behind it for basically $100 a month, and you've got a digital virtual assistant. And you can do that with pens, you can do that with cards, you can do that with anything and everything you want. because what I've learned is I can talk forever about software and it just doesn't register because most people aren't in that world. They don't think about that. But if I told you for the cost of basically a $10, $20 ink pen and $100 a month, you could replace probably what it cost you for one office administrator and one salesperson. What would it cost you to hire 2 people? Because now AI is doing you can literally program in a very lifelike, intuitive way. Just this past week, my system sold for me about $2,500 worth of services, support, software, and things of that nature. The people that bought that, I never spoke to them. I've never met them. And now they're booking things on my calendar to speak to me personally on a Zoom call. And one of them said, hey, it was so great. Matter of fact, I just had this call yesterday. It was so great talking to you yesterday. And thank you for being so responsive. And I go back and I look, and they are going back and forth with my chat bot through my website with my AI system. It never was me. But see, I've programmed my AI. Hey, look over my entire website. See how I've answered all these questions. See how I feel about all of this, about business, about this, about that. Scan my entire, and then make that a Wikipedia of knowledge for you to be able to use language to then respond to anybody that comes in. And basically, it's in my tone, it's in my language, it's in my understanding, it's with my particular worldview on business and everything else. And now when people are sending text, email, or chat, or even phone calls, it's talking for me. For me to, even if I hired someone and paid them $4 or $5 grand a month salary, they would not do as good of a job as what this thing's doing. Because how much longer would I take? Hey, read my entire blog, read my entire stuff here, read my book, read this, so you understand exactly my perspective on things and the value that I offer people and how I position myself and what I do and what I don't and all this other stuff. It would take me months to train them. They're going to be human just like me. They're going to make mistakes just like I do. They're not going to be perfect. I've got to be okay with that because I'm not a perfect. So, I can't be a hypocrite about it. But at the end of the day, I'm able to leverage human value with being human, talking to people, developing a relationship with people with one-on-one. But this day-to-day, running and grabbing this information, running and grabbing that information, conveying this webinar, answering this question, those things like that, this system will be much more responsive, a whole lot quicker, a whole lot more accurate, and the client is happier for it as well. And when it comes time to having that face-to-face Zoom, now they're dealing with a real person. We can go back and forth. We can actually have a human interaction. And it's a win-win-win. But it all starts, and that whole process started with what? Me having something that I was able to give someone through a means that they first understood. Because if I were to talk to folks about this software, about these systems, about what it does, it meant nothing to them. But if I show them a pen, oh, that's okay, cool. And then the reason I called it the magic pen is because unless you have dealt with this stuff, unless you are a coder, unless you are a programmer, unless you're knee deep in all this stuff, it is magic to you. How this stuff works will be magic to you. Now, if you want to get behind the curtains and see it, we'll definitely show you that. You can do that as well because there's certain people that like that. But for the average business person out there that just wants people that need, want, desire, and can afford what it is they offer, and they need as many as they can get as possible, then it's magic. Just tap and go. Let the good times roll. This thing will sell for you. But it all starts with being strategic about who you're dealing with. Okay. And if you can get strategic, you can then target the right people. And then with personalized gifts, you can answer that question of what's in it for me. And so I want to encourage you as we go into the holiday season, number one, be thinking about gift ideas that will promote your brand. Okay. Gift ideas that will put your brand, your logo, your information on there. And then how you can position that to other people and give it away. and add value. Maybe for every referral that someone gives you, they get a gift from you. Maybe you can sell these things in bulk and offer them in bulk to other people. You can resell them. There's multiple ways to use these gifts. There's 5 gifts I want to go through real quick that are highly effective for me right now. We did this last year and it was very effective. And I think if you use these gifts, it'll be effective for your business. Number 1, ornaments. Ornaments, personalized ornaments with your business logo on it, with your QR code on it, with your contact information on it, your telephone number on it. That information on a personalized ornament goes a long way. It goes a long way, and it's a way of getting your information out there in a holiday type way, so that you can be part of someone's family and even being part of their tradition. So that's really cool. Number 2, cutting boards with your logo on it. And then offering that to your clients with some recipes on it is just been powerful. It's been powerful for us. We can etch it in handwriting because we can take the handwriting of someone in their family cookbook, or we can put a QR code on it. They scan it and it pulls it right up as a PDF in handwriting, the exact copy of that. So it's a great way, a great gift to give out to holiday season. So that's a great idea for families and businesses as well this time of year. So if you've got clients that would fit a demographic that would enjoy that, it is very effective for us around this area. Recipe books and eBooks is easy to get, easy to produce. Doesn't cost hardly anything, and it's of high value going into the holiday season. These are pretty cool, and you can get them branded up, and we can help you with that as well. Another great gift that I have actually sold several of these to realtors right now because they're offering them to all their existing clients is these slate coasters. They're these black slate non-slip coasters with the branding and the logo of the agency on there. Really, really cool. And of course, coffee mugs and tumblers are always a big gift item, and you can get those etched and get them pretty cheap as well. And we can help you with all of that. Those 5 gifts right there I'm using in my business right now, and they are highly effective, especially around this time of year. And if you can position them to be gifts and get them in bulk, you can even get better pricing, and it costs you even less to give away, to resell, and everything else. But regardless, that answers what's in it for me. That answers value. That answers, what you can do for people along this time of year and this season. But it all starts with being very strategic and very intentional on who you're targeting. Okay. So as you're thinking about a campaign and as you're thinking about how you can go after a specific niche, be thinking, what is their age? What is their income? What is their credit rating? For instance, I've got some car dealers right now that they do in-house financing, and they don't want a demographic that has, a 650 FICO score or better. They want 650 and down, because they know those folks are not going to be able to go to a bank. They're not going to be able to go to get traditional loan. They can carry the note inside. So you target people that are 650 and down, okay? And then they need them in a certain income, and they don't care about home ownership. They don't care about language. And then you can go right after them and send them a text. Hey, we've got this, and this in stock right now, and you can get them for as little as $75 a week. Because I know a lot of these in-house finance type car dealerships, they do weekly financing and stuff. Very effective. It drives traffic to your dealership. But I've got lending companies that are selling mortgage loans, and they're selling all different types of loan products and services, HELOCs and stuff like that. They know that they need a credit score of 650 or better, 700 or better, whatever. They need a certain amount of equity in a home. So they need to be a homeowner, and they need to have certain value in a home. All of those demographics will get your message in front of the right people. So you're not spending advertising dollars and clicks from people that cannot afford, nor need, nor want your product or service. So get that targeted list from us. You can go over to terrywilson3.com/lead list. terrywilson3.com/lead list, and you can get a targeted list from us pretty darn cheap. And if you'd like these personalized gifts, again, I would tell you, if without getting it from us, get it from someone. But I think no one's going to, because we got our own etching system and machine in here So we can get them way cheaper than probably getting them from, a third party or something like that. Hook us up. The ornaments, the cutting boards, the eBooks, the non-slip coasters, the mugs and tumblers, all of those are incredible, very popular gifts this time of year. And it's a great way of you being able to incentivize people to book an appointment with you, to come to a showing with you, to schedule whatever it is you're trying to schedule. Because at the end of the day, if it's free, it's for me. And most people have that attitude, especially in the world we live in right now, in the economy we're living in right now. Everybody's always looking. And so if you can position your offer to be like a gift opportunity for them to get free gifts to give away for Christmas, and you can do it like, hey, we're going to give 5 of these away so you can give, and then even offer to brand it, to etch it with their names and information on it, and then you can have your name on. Then you can order it from us with putting their information on it, and then you just have your logo on it as well. That's a great way. That is a great way of positioning the gift as a gift for them to be able to give away as well. So those are some great ideas. I think they're working for me. So I wanted to pass along that to my membership and my audience. Again, this is Terry Wilson with TerryWilson3.com. This has been episode 580. If there's any way that we can help you take your money business and life to the next level, hook us up. Hit us up, not hook us up. Hit us up. Hit us up at TerryWilson3.com. The chat bot's down there in the bottom right-hand corner. You will be talking to our AI chat bot, but it will respond immediately, and then it will get your information to me, and we can book a time to face-to-face through Zoom, talk one-on-one. Till next time, this is Terry.
Thank you for listening to our show today. If you have any questions or would like to speak with us about your goals, then please call or text us at 864-507-9696. Reach out to us online at terrywilson3.com.